By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army. 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
He's trying to deflate inflation. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and President Biden says this is a key reason for rising prices and supply chain issues.
People have money in the bank. And because of the strength of our economic recovery, American families have been able to buy more products.
The president in Baltimore touting the $1 trillion infrastructure bill Congress passed that he will sign on Monday.
The president believes his signature legislation could be the fix to those problems. The hope is by spending all that money, it'll help improve the transportation of goods and supplies from both abroad and home. That, the president believes, will then lower prices, stop widespread shortages, and add jobs.
Fox's Jeff Paul. The president wants House Democrats to also pass an even bigger social spending bill, but Republicans oppose it, fearing it'll only add to inflation. Testimony resumes this morning in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the day after Kyle Rittenhouse broke down crying at his murder trial.
I was cornered from in front of me, and there were...
He told jurors he was cornered, chased, and threatened. He claims he shot 3 people, killing 2 in self-defense during rioting last year.
Rittenhouse's lawyers asked for a mistrial over the line of questioning directed at him. The lead prosecutor was reprimanded by the judge for bringing in banned TikTok information.
The judge has not ruled on that. That was Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. The night sky got very bright in Cape Canaveral, Florida.
3, 2, 1.
A SpaceX rocket blasted off, bringing new crew members to the International Space Station just 2 days after another crew returned to Earth wearing diapers because the ship's toilet was broken. The 4 astronauts will reach the station later today. Country music's best honored last night at the CMA Awards on ABC. Luke Combs, Entertainer of the Year.
I don't deserve to win it, but I'm sure as hell glad that I did.
Chris Stapleton won the most awards, 6, including Song and Album of the Year. America's listening to Fox News.
Finding the right Medicare plan. This is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a slightly more humid day today as all eyes are on our next approaching cold front that will be passing through for this upcoming weekend. Ahead of that, we should see some isolated rain and some thunderstorms as we head into especially this afternoon. It will be a tad warmer today with temperatures back to 84 degrees. We keep it the chance for just a stray shower as we head into tonight under a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. Friday morning featuring a milder start with lows in the upper 60s, even some lower 70s across some of our immediate coastal areas. 84 for a high on your Friday. A few showers across the area, but many will still stay dry. Saturday is when our first front passes on through, bring us a few showers. We will feel a decrease in humidity by Sunday with a reinforcing shot of some cooler air, bringing us back down into the 50s for overnight lows beginning Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. All right, everybody. You've heard about the American Spirit Movement by now, right? The conservative marketplace idea from our very own Kevin Sabides at Amco Bonita Springs. You heard me talking about Kevin and Todd and their repair shop for almost 10 years now. Now, the American Spirit Movement is keeping conservative dollars in conservative pockets by connecting conservative businesses and consumers in commerce, employment, networking, education, idea sharing. Some have even said that they're defunding liberalism and seceding from leftists. Well, mark your calendars, Thursday, November 11th at 6 p.m. and come out to the Estero Rec Center for the Take Action Patriots meeting and learn more about the American Spirit Movement from Kevin Sabides and how you can get involved. The keynote speaker is going to be Erica Donald, CEO of the Optima Foundation, speaking about better education choices with better schools. That's November 11th, 6 p.m. at the Estero Rec Center. Finally, real action, real solutions. Look, you don't want to miss this. For information, visit AmericanSpiritMovement.com. That's AmericanSpiritMovement.com. The American Spirit Movement. It's growing, and you can be a part of it as well.
Are you going nowhere fast in a dead-end career? Or maybe you're concerned about maintaining your current lifestyle during retirement. Ever thought about self-employment as a career option? Hello, I'm business broker Bruce Violet. Self-employment just may be your best option going forward in order to secure your family's financial future. I can help you answer the question, is self-employment right for you? I currently have hundreds of businesses available, including affordable home-based businesses. I'll cut through all the clutter to find that perfect business match for you based on your background and income goals. And I work with all clients personally. Need a plan B? Then think B for Bruce. Thinking of buying a business or selling a business? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or see me online at OpportunityU.com. That's 800-980-2040 or OpportunityU.com. Are you ready for the next version of you? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or OpportunityU.com.
Get ready for a night of same night, same stage. Friday, December 3rd, Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live. Reserve seats on sale now at bbmanpah.com or call 481-4849.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. And to all of you veterans out there, thank you. Thank you so much on this Veterans Day as we honor you. We pay respect to those who have served, and we honor you today, and we thank you for your service to this country, all you men and women out there. We're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up later on this morning. Rick Wabi, our good friend, is going to be talking about Collier-Lee Honor Flight. There's some exciting news going on with Collier-Lee Honor Flight, and you have an opportunity to help, so we are excited to talk about that and certainly talk about our veterans and those that have served today. And we certainly do stand with you, and we honor you, and we thank you. And lots to get to this morning on this Veterans Day. You know, of course, we're not going to forget about our veterans. And we certainly don't forget about the men and women serving overseas this time of year. So many people reaching out, and can't thank you enough. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. Let's see how we do. Tomorrow we'll have some early numbers and find out where we're at. But December 3rd is the cutoff date, so we've got to make sure that we are hustling right now. So your church, organization, school, business, we want to get that going and get as many cards to our men and women serving as we possibly can. Mel's Diner locations, a big thank you to Mel's for being a drop-off location. So you can go there or you can mail them in. And don't forget, no glitter inside the card. And don't seal the envelopes because they have to open them up anyway to vet the cards. But we thank you. So we'll certainly have some numbers tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have a good start. We'll see how everything is going. All right. We're going to talk a little bit more this morning about it's just kind of getting into the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and the importance when you look at the case are a lot of different things. Number one, the media and how the media spins things. It's absolutely outrageous. It's unbelievable what the media does. It's unbelievable how they talk about specific cases and how they like to try things early on. Oh, they want to let you know that they know exactly what's going on with these cases. And then ultimately, you find out that, oh, hold on, there's a lot of information I didn't know about. Oh, maybe I shouldn't follow the news, strictly the legacy fake news media, because you know that they're going to inject politics into everything, and it's not the kind of politics that we want, everybody. And so there's more demonstrations of how they did that. And some of what the prosecution was doing later on this morning, Jonathan Martin's going to join us. He is a practicing attorney, and we're going to kind of dig into what exactly happened. And, you know, for those, of course, that maybe don't know a whole lot about the case, in August of 2020, there were the riots that were going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The plague of riots all around the streets, and Kyle Rittenhouse there at the time, trying to help, but ultimately being attacked, and in self-defense, it appears, is the claim that he's making, ended up shooting 2 people dead, and one hitting his arm and pretty much just obliterating his bicep. But individuals taking the stand, the prosecution trying to make what would be a case here about his self-defense claim, and trying to undermine that case, and trying to make it more about someone who was provoking attacks and was out there provoking, as opposed to a self-defense case. And you're going to hear a lot of portions of audio, and maybe you did hear some from yesterday, some that called into question a lot about this case. People, and I think even Tucker Carlson last night, who was trying to make the argument that maybe Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have taken the stand on his own. It's not something that's ever recommended, or typically not recommended, where you would take the stand in your own murder trial. We are talking about a murder trial here. And he did just an amazing job, this kid. He absolutely did, and you'll hear some of the audio. But you'll also hear about, even though that the prosecution put witnesses on the stand that were undermining their case. There was one person who admitted that the assistant district attorney tried to get him to change his statement. He admits it on the stand that they tried to get his statement changed behind the scenes, which you would say, all right, that's it, disqualifying. That's going to disqualify this case. There were some other things that came up, and even the judge was getting frustrated with the direction that the prosecution was going, to the point where there were people looking at the prosecution of this case and saying, they're throwing this on purpose. Like they knew ahead of time that they were handed this case, that they were going to have to try Kyle Rittenhouse. They were not going to be able to let this stand. They were going to have to do this. They tried to do this in the court of public opinion and then take it to court. They were going to have to try a case, one that it probably or may have appeared to be to them, to everybody involved with all the evidence that was out there, a self-defense case, and had to go through this. And in the process, it almost appears like they were trying to undermine their own case. And later on, we're going to talk more about that. The things that they were doing, being admonished by the judge for things that could end a case right in that moment. And I'll explain in just a second. But just by many people's accounts, what was one of the most unusual, craziest, unbelievable set of events in a case that people have ever seen. And when you have a media that was all about setting the tone early, I mean, all they did was talk about how Kyle Rittenhouse is a criminal.
Kenosha shooter, Kyle Rittenhouse, he murdered 2 people, by the way.
Rittenhouse is basically what you would have had in a school shooter.
He's a 17-year-old kid. He shouldn't have had a gun. He crossed state lines to supposedly protect property. No, he was going out to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the armed teenage vigilante.
A 17-year-old vigilante, arguably a domestic terrorist, picked up a rifle, drove to a different state to shoot people.
He just drove there to shoot people. This is the media talking. The case isn't underway. This is just days, weeks after the case is over. And there they go, doing what the media does best and trying to set the example for people who are just going to get their news in bits and pieces, as opposed to hearing this out in court. And this is important to everybody, this case, because of how many times, whether it was the former president of the United States or people on January 6th, or others that were that you've looked at in cases that are politically motivated, and how the court of public opinion was going to try this case, the frustration of many where there were people during the riots of last summer that nobody even looks at, turns away, and never went to trial. Nobody said a word about them. Cases that we've seen about January 6th and trying to take evidence of from the former president of the United States to try to get into private conversations and conversations of the former president to make the case about January 6th and this insurrection and, you know, the things that Nancy Pelosi and these committees are doing on Capitol Hill to go after the former president has been maddening to people. And when you even have some others in the media, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Jeffrey Toobin. Maybe you remember Jeffrey Toobin. Jeffrey Toobin is the disgraced CNN lawyer. He's the one who he was on a Zoom call with New Yorker magazine and WNYC radio, and while he was on the call, how do you say this? Because there's kids listening and watching at drewsteele.com. But let's just say that he was enjoying his own company. We'll just put it that way. He was just, it's a pretty vile and disgusting stuff. But somehow he makes his way right back to CNN, and oh boy, does he have an opinion about this case. Nobody should care. Nobody should care what he says. But you want to hear what the media is saying. And there he goes after Kyle Rittenhouse, who takes the stand yesterday and calls him an idiot.
Jeffrey, Two thoughts. One, what kind of idiot 17-year-old gets a giant gun and goes to a riot? He has no license. He has no training. He thinks he's going to scrub graffiti off with his AR-15.
No. He didn't. Okay. You see what's going on here? And he's a lawyer. He thinks he's going to scrub. He's going to scrub off graffiti with his AR-15. There's a narrative here. If you're following, if you're listening to the words and you hear what he's saying, you're starting to see where the narrative was going. Really, AR-15. He's going over there with an AR-15. How dare he do something like that?
I mean, the stupidity of this is like, what could possibly go wrong? Well, a lot went wrong.
So again, the suggestion that you do realize that if you have an AR-15 or you're carrying an AR-15, if you're walking around with an AR-15, if you have one locked up in your home, if you've even seen a picture of an AR-15 and you're holding that picture in your hand, do you understand how guilty you are just for having it, just for holding it, just for walking with it? Because no way, shape, or form could you possibly be holding an AR-15 without having nefarious reasons behind it and purposes about it. Which is ridiculous. But that's what they do. And that's where this narrative has been going. But wait, it gets better.
The good news for Kyle Rittenhouse is that he's not on trial for being an idiot. He's on trial for homicide. Right. And in that respect, I mostly agree with Joey that this is a tough case for the prosecution because it does seem like he has a plausible case of self-defense.
Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I think he's an idiot. He's carrying around an AR-15. Just by having an AR-15, he's guilty of something because you can't have an AR-15 and walk around with that, especially that big scary. Ooh, it's scary looking. And you know, the only reason why you would have it is because, you're going to do something bad with it. And you know what I mean with bad. But other than that part about it, man, I'm not sure if the prosecution has a case. You might have a case when it comes to something. Really? So after saying all of that, you think he actually has a case?
And, you know, if it were illegal to be an idiot, the jails would be even more crowded than they are now.
Yeah, I wonder, well, I wouldn't suggest that he might be. I mean, you know, listen, enjoying your own company alone, in your home while other people are watching on Zoom, I guess is not accidentally, is not, that's not idiotic or anything or dangerous. I mean,
homicide's a different matter, and, you know, he may have a defense.
He may have a defense. Look, the prosecution was acting really strange. Something was up. Almost to the point where you felt like they were trying to throw the case. We're going to take a break right now and come back with some more audio on this. But you will see the pattern of what is happening right now. There are other things that were on display yesterday and things that were being tried during this case that were so outrageous that even the judge had to step in and say something, and he did. And wait till you hear what happened yesterday. So again, there are reasons why you may not have been following fully the Kyle Rittenhouse case. There may be reasons why you're listening to the sound of my voice and saying, I don't understand. What does this have to do with me, with us, with we here in Southwest Florida? Even across the country. This is a Kenosha, Wisconsin. This is a Wisconsin case. No. You see where it's going. It's an indictment on a whole lot of things that we're going to talk about coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. It's Therese O'Shea.
Off to a clear start for this Thursday morning drive. Heading right now along Cape Coral Parkway, everything clear and open. Just an early morning heads up that Cape Coral Parkway is going to shut down between Del Prado and Coronado Parkway for the Veterans Day Parade in that area. A little bit later on today, so you want to avoid Cape Coral Parkway after 9 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a milder start to the day, look out for some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into this afternoon. They will be hit or miss, but a few of us could get in on a few heavy, quick downpours across the area. 84 for a high today. We keep with the chance for stray showers. We head into tonight, Friday morning, featuring a mild low of 69 degrees. A few showers possible for your Friday with a high of 84 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk sold about $5 billion in Tesla shares this week as he exercised stock options. The world's richest person, Musk sold many of those shares to cover tax withholding obligations. The taxman's responding to the inflationary surge. The IRS announced 2022 inflation adjustments for several different tax provisions, including federal income brackets and the standard deduction. The Consumer Price Index rose at a three-decade high of 6.2% last month, with price increases for everything from groceries to cars due to supply shortages and strong consumer demand. Keep an eye on Disney shares. Disney returned to quarterly profit helped by reopened parks, but subscriber gains to its Disney Plus streaming service slowed. Market caution carried overseas into Asia. Shares were mixed after the U.S. inflation news. U.S. stock futures higher overnight. Crude oil futures little changed overnight. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal Giangrasso, invested in you.
Puerto Rico is the new go-to destination for investment opportunities, and Impeller is the new online tool that connects investors with innovative projects seeking capital on the island. Impeller takes the guesswork out of investing in Puerto Rico, surfacing the insights you need to make informed decisions and empower your investment portfolio. Visit investpr.org/impeller and set up your account today to see what the island has to offer. Impeller, your hub for investment opportunities in Puerto Rico. Powered by Invest Puerto Rico.
I'm a salesman. I've pounded the pavement 35 years, literally. My legs ached, my feet hurt. It was just sometimes unbearable. I'm 71 years old and I don't plan on quitting anytime soon. But if you don't have a good attitude when you're in sales, it shows on your face. And you can't do that if your feet are aching all the time. I heard an advertisement on the radio for the Good Feet store, and I said, what can I lose?
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Val enjoy their work again without letting their feet get in the way.
I walked in the Good Feet store and I said, my feet hurt. And they said, well, let's see if we can do something about that. What a difference with these arch supports. After about 3 weeks of wearing them, there was just no pain. When I go and talk to my customers, I've got a smile on my face. I can go all day long, and then some. It's the real deal. I'm a salesman, and you can't fool a salesman. My name's Val, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from cU.S. Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at cU.S. Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural way to deal with chronic joint pain.
Don't put it off. Call cU.S. Kinetics. Restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime and lasting results.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love. There's a new natural solution that patients are raving about.
cU.S. Kinetics.
Make the call to cU.S. Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call cU.S. Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. cU.S. Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With a United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean, and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy the best playing conditions in town, plus a large practice area and golf instruction programs for juniors and adults. Coral Oaks gift cards also make terrific holiday gifts for your favorite golfers. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance and register for upcoming charity golf tournaments at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Hey, before we get to some more of the Rittenhouse audio and want to get into more detail and how the prosecution is just a hot mess, and it's almost as if they tried to throw this case. Some of the audio from Joe Biden yesterday, I don't know if you know this, but the president of the United States is talking supply chain, everybody, and everything's going to be fine. Nothing to worry about here. We're good. We're good. How about those gas prices? Unbelievable, right?
It's everything you're paying this much for a gallon of gas. In some parts of California, they're paying $4.50 a gallon.
It's so crazy. So the president of the United States is bragging about his L's. How about those gas prices? Anybody believe? Can you believe you're paying this much for gas? It's unbelievable, right? Well, you have everything to do with that. Oh, and then the country stinks, and everybody hates life in this country. I mean, listen to this.
The reason I started calling this Build Back Better is we're the only country in the world. We underestimate ourselves. We're sort of down on ourselves the last 10 years or so.
We're down on ourselves the last 10 years? I think we're down on ourselves since you came along. If you want to be honest.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, representing Florida's 25th Congressional District. As your representative, I work for you. If you need help dealing with a federal agency, my team can help navigate the federal bureaucracy and make sure your government is actually working for you. To receive assistance, please call my office at 239-348-1620. It's an honor and privilege to serve you in Congress.
This ad was paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
Hey, this is Papa with a special message. God bless America. I moved our family here in 1986 from Texas. I was brought up with the old-fashioned conservative values. Be honest, tell the truth, do a good job. Hopefully my three sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, will continue our family business with these same old-fashioned values. If you do call for our free inspection, we'll be honest and show you the facts. If you don't need a new roof, we'll tell you. If you only need some repairs and want your roof to look new and beautiful, we'll do that too, and we'll make it affordable. Many of our customers are snowbirds, and many have told us that they want to move here permanently because of the sad state of affairs in their cities. We love Southwest Florida, and thanks to you, we have a good business. Call me for a free inspection, and we will be on time, and we'll do a good job. Call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We love the good old USA.
License number CCC 1326213.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden, speaking in Baltimore, says the infrastructure bill passed by Congress will help drive consumer prices down.
The hope is by spending all that money, it'll help improve the transportation of goods and supplies from both abroad and home.
We still face challenges, and we have to tackle them. We have to tackle them head on.
Consumer prices have jumped 6.2% compared to 1 year ago. That's the most since 1990.
Fox's Jeff Paul, the president plans to sign the infrastructure bill Monday. Attorneys for Kyle Rittenhouse asked for a mistrial with prejudice. That means he couldn't be tried again for the fatal shooting of two men during protests in Wisconsin last year.
The prosecutor not only commented on Rittenhouse's silence after arrest, but also about whether it was appropriate to use deadly force to defend property. The judge had already said he was inclined to not allow that line of questioning. The judge did not immediately rule on the mistrial request.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Off to a clear start for this Thursday morning drive. Heading right now along Cape Coral Parkway, everything clear and open. Just an early morning heads up that Cape Coral Parkway is going to shut down between Del Prado and Coronado Parkway for the Veterans Day Parade in that area. A little bit later on today, so you want to avoid Cape Coral Parkway after 9 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Look for a slightly more humid day today as all eyes are on our next approaching cold front that'll be passing through for this upcoming weekend. Ahead of that, we should see some isolated rain and some thunderstorms as we head into especially this afternoon. It will be a tad warmer today with temperatures back to 84 degrees. We give it the chance for just a stray shower as we head into tonight under a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. Friday morning featuring a milder start with lows in the upper 60s, even some lower 70s across some of our immediate coastal areas. 84 for a high on your Friday. A few showers across across the area, but many will still stay dry. Saturday is when our first front passes on through, bring us a few showers. We will feel a decrease in humidity by Sunday, with a reinforcing shot of some cooler air, bringing us back down into the 50s for overnight lows beginning Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, when I was a kid, you could drive a go-kart down Cypress Lake Drive and never pass a car. Now, I can't even see the sidewalk from the traffic. Southwest Florida has really grown, and the choice for air conditioning contractors has grown with it. When you're looking for a contractor, find a local family-owned business with the owner as the license holder. Use only companies with NATE certified mechanics, the only true certification in this business. Use families that invest locally and not conglomerates owned by some foreign international company. In other words, use Kobe Cooling. Call us at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
based on your background and income goals, and I work with all clients personally. Need a plan B? Then think B for Bruce. Thinking of buying a business or selling a business? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or see me online at OpportunityU.com. That's 800-980-2040 or OpportunityU.com. Are you ready for the next version of you? Call me, Bruce V, at 800-980-2040 or OpportunityU.com.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here of Duncan's Diamonds. People come into our store here in Southwest Florida and are amazed by the selection of beautiful fine jewelry and at exceptional prices. At Duncan's Diamonds, I will make sure personally that we give you the finest quality at the best possible prices. We get very excited about diamonds and are here to help you find that special diamond. We have the largest selection of magnificent and exclusive designer styles for you to choose from. Also, if you find a diamond or style on the internet, bring in a picture and we will get it or make it exactly to your specifications. And our prices and quality will exceed your expectations. I personally guarantee it. At Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere, or any place, and you can count on it. Come in and see us in Fort Myers on US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and in Naples at the Mercado Shopping Center.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later, because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're Hodges Funeral Home at Naples Memorial Gardens. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Hey, coming up at 750, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and we've got tickets for Fab 4. It is a Beatles tribute, and we'll get you those tickets coming up at 7:50. Coming up also this morning, we're going to dig into the Rittenhouse case a little deeper, and also we are going to talk about veterans on this Veterans Day, and we are going to honor those who have served this country and talk about some of them here locally, and Rick Wabi's going to join us in just a bit. A couple of stories that we're watching before I get back to the Kyle Rittenhouse case and how it's really hard to think anything other than the prosecution deliberately attempting to cause a mistrial. They're calling for a mistrial, the defense is. The way the trial was going down, and you'll hear some of the audio and some of the things on trial, like AR-15s and the right to remain silent. No, I'm not kidding. Why would somebody do that? Unless you knew that your case was awful, you knew walking into this that it was not a good thing, and that you were going to hear an acquittal, and everything was going so poorly that you're just like, all right, what do we do now? Let's just make it so that I mean, it sounds bizarre, but I'll talk about that more coming up in just a second. I know some of the other things. I've got to find that audio. There is audio of, and let me see if I can find it. There's audio of Vice President Kamala Harris. She's in France, and they're talking about the latest on what's happening with COVID and the vaccines and what's going on with the vid. And she's trying to explain some of what has been happening in this country. And it was a weird moment, and I can't even explain it to you now because it won't do it justice. And because, well, quite frankly, we're having some computer issues here in the building. And so trying to... Is that safe to say, Jake? If you're watching at drewsteele.com, you're seeing me running back and forth, and we're trying to get things cleared out here. But are you okay over there? I'm worried about you this morning.
Yeah, I'm
Listen, we are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. No, I don't. What I'm saying is we're family, and so I don't mind telling you some of the things that are going on behind the scenes, and some of the quirky things that happen here in the building, and some of the things that happen with my family. And so one of the quirky things right now is we're just having these computer issues, and it's been let's just say it's been a challenge, everybody. Is that safe to?
Yeah, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, he is. He's absolutely losing his mind, and so am I, because I'm trying to find this one thing, and I was so excited to play the audio, and I can't find it. All right, well, I'm moving on. That's it. I just have to. I'll play this little bit of audio before we get back into the Rittenhouse case. So, von der Leyen is, I guess, from... Is this the... Okay, hold on a second. This is happening here in the United States. The president decided to step up to a microphone with some others to talk about what's going on along the border with Belarus and Poland. And I guess what is happening is Belarus is allowing illegals to force their way into and up to the border of Poland, trying to force their way into the country. And there is a person who I guess is... okay, so let me just play the audio, and then I'll explain after the audio plays. Let's see if this even works. Hold on a second. This may not even work. Can't even hear it. Okay. Let's just put it this way. Christina Pushaw, who is a spokesperson for the governor, put out a piece of audio, a clip, about how the president is condemning the government of Belarus for allowing illegal migrants to the border of Poland, trying to push their way through. And the point she was trying to make is that he's ignoring our border crisis here in our own country, but is condemning Belarus for sending illegals to Poland. And then there was someone who was a representative there, I guess, of Poland, who was saying that they're both worried about this, and we're worried about the illegals pushing their way to the border and how they possibly could be pushing these migrants across the border into Poland, and we're concerned about this. And Christina Pushaw was like, "Wait a minute, how about us?" That was the point. That's what the segment was supposed to be all about. That at that moment, and if the computers were functioning, you would have known that. All right, so we have that. We also do have, okay. Yeah, I'm going to play this first. That's fine, because I have this ready. The governor was on Hannity's program last night, and they were talking about a couple of different issues. And one of the issues that he brought up was about illegal immigration. And even before he was on Hannity's program, he was talking about education in the state of Florida. I'm not sure exactly where he was yesterday with Secretary Richard Corcoran and some others. But he did bring up the issue of these flights of illegals making their way to Florida, Jacksonville. And listen, we're going to do something about this.
I think about it. You have an open border in violation of U.S. law. The president has said that basically they want to even pay reparations to people who came illegally. Just think about that. You as an American, you get higher gas prices. You get higher grocery bills. You get told basically to just grin and bear it. Someone breaks the law, comes illegally, and they're going to cut them a check for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is just unbelievable. But that's what we're dealing with.
That's what we're dealing with. He knows it. He sees it on Hannity's program. He was explaining it to him as well. This is a problem here, and the state of Florida is not just going to sit back and do nothing.
The courts have traditionally said immigration is a federal responsibility. The states can't really undercut the feds. I don't know whether that's right or wrong, but I know this. If it's a federal responsibility, what happens when the federal government totally defaults on that responsibility? Are they saying the states have no ability to protect themselves? So we're gonna try to challenge some of those, I think, older understandings. We're also working to see how we can deal with these folks. They don't tell us when these flights are coming in, Sean. I mean, these are flights at 2 in the morning. Unfortunately, there's a tragic situation. One of the illegals that Biden flew in committed a murder in Florida recently, and that individual who died would be alive had Biden not been doing this. So this is really serious stuff.
Yeah, it's serious stuff, and good for the governor for calling the president out on this, and we're not going to just sit back and take it. We've heard story after story after story in the past about sanctuary cities and people in certain states not helping the feds out when it comes to illegals in certain states and that issue. And we know what has been happening here and the concerns that we have, and the governor calling him out as well and saying, listen, we're just not going to do this. Not sure where the law's at right now, but I can tell you this, we're not going to sit down and sit back and allow all of this to happen and assume that states don't have any way or any recourse in this. They do, and they will. And so good for the governor. And I bring this up, too, because one of the things that I noticed in a latest poll out about what people do truly care about right now, I'm not sure what what organization had this poll out. By the way, we'll go to break right now, Jake, so go ahead and hit that. Is this that the last election, as they were looking at some of the polling of what people cared about, and then leading into this week and the concerns of the American people right now, you do realize that issues of climate change and race relations are like down at the bottom of the list. But the top 3 issues right now, one of the biggest, besides the economy and coronavirus, is immigration. Immigration being right there in the top 3. It is still a major issue in this country. And the concerns that people have about what is happening along our southern border. One party has decided what they want to do about it, and the Republican Party has decided that they're going to do the right thing and try to do something with regards to putting a lockdown on what is happening along our southern border, or at least calling it out to show what this administration is not doing. And then, unfortunately, the tragedies that could happen when you are flying and busing illegals all over the country, and especially here in the state of Florida. All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Do we have traffic? All right, we do. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Off to a very quiet start for the morning drive across Southwest Florida. We are crash and incident-free still throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. No construction zones getting in your way as well. If you're heading out through the Cape Coral Bridge, everything's open right now. No problems on the Midpoint Bridge, but Midpoint's going to shut down a little later on this evening from 6 to 9 p.m. for the Midpoint Madness 5K for Veterans Day today. And earlier, we have a closure along Cape Coral Parkway from Del Prado through Coronado Parkway for the Veterans Day Parade in Cape Coral. That's going to shut down Cape Coral Parkway from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. So during that time, you'll want to take Southeast 47th Terrace or Miramar Street to cross east and westbound through that area of Southeast Cape Coral. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a milder start to the day, look out for some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into this afternoon. They will be hit or miss, but a few of us could get in on a few heavy, quick downpours across the area. 84 for a high today. We keep with a chance for stray showers. We head into tonight, Friday morning, featuring a mild low of 69 degrees. A few showers possible for your Friday with a high of 84 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Avid golfer Cam Warren played with joint pain for as long as he could.
Couldn't play golf for any extended period of time without braces and pain and chewing Advil for the entire day.
Then he turned to steroids.
Cortisone would last a few months, but it just inevitably came right back. Got to the point where I would have to wear ice packs to bed.
When the word surgery came up, Cam started looking elsewhere, and he found cU.S Kinetics. Natural biologic therapies, regenerative treatments that can repair and restore damaged tissue. With no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. And now,
very proud to say that it has definitely changed my life. I've played 36 holes multiple days in a row without pain. Everything is great.
Call cU.S Kinetics now to schedule your free consultation.
I would recommend cU.S to anybody.
Call cU.S Kinetics 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. cU.S Kinetics 239-893-PAIN.
Get ready for a night of solid gold. Same night, same stage. Friday, December 3rd, Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live. Reserve seats on sale now at bbmanpah.com or call 481-4849.
The 49th Annual Fort Myers Boat Show, Southwest Florida's premier boating showcase, is sailing into downtown's historic River District November 11th through the 14th. Stretching along the Caloosahatchee from Centennial Park to the Calusa Sound Convention Center to the City Yacht Basin. It's a beautiful setting to stroll in comfort and enjoy the very best boating has to offer. See, compare, and buy everything that's new in boating. From skiffs to fishing boats to cruising boats to luxury yachts. There's a boat for everyone, plus all the gear and gadgets boaters love. Visit the new Be in the Know zone in the Convention Center, featuring fishing and basic boating seminars, plus interactive displays staffed with boating experts on hand, sharing their boating tips to safely enjoy Southwest Florida waters. Take a break at a variety of downtown restaurants and bars, including the beautiful Luminary Hotel overlooking the show. Don't miss boating's biggest showcase, the Fort Myers Boat Show, November 11th through the 14th. Visit FortMyersBoatShow.com for tickets and details.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale, this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South Windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
I lost 46 pounds in 8 weeks with the help of Andro 400, having tons of energy, not feeling tired or feeling at the end of the day that my feet are dragging. I would very strongly recommend it to anybody that feel they need to cut down on their weight or who doesn't have enough energy. Absolutely.
That's fantastic, Joe. And congratulations on losing 46 pounds in 8 weeks with the help of Andro 400. Guys, check out Joe's before and after pictures on andro400.com. Since 2004, men have chosen Andro 400 for one reason: results. Andro 400 can help you safely and effectively lose belly fat, gain energy, and boost your testosterone. We guarantee it. Order today and get free shipping and special discounts available only on andro400.com. andro400.com. That's andro400.com.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, this is an interesting conversation I'm having off the air with Jake right now, and so I'm going to include you on this because we're family. We are family, right? Oh, I shouldn't even say that because we'll probably get dinged on some social media site, right? 239-479-5592. We're talking about the Rittenhouse case, and Jake was saying, did you see the case? Have you been following it and watching it in detail? Some of what was the things that he saw, and like, yeah. And it's hard to believe that the prosecution is not trying to like throw this case. In other words, they knew that they were going to lose this thing. They knew everything that was coming out has been a disaster for their case. So let's do the most outrageous things we can possibly do to get the mistrial. Because if they get the mistrial, Jake, it's like, hey, we didn't lose. We didn't lose. It was just a mistrial. So it's almost like saving face.
They lost.
Like when well, it's not over yet. But when you hear some of the, like, for example, listen to this exchange. This exchange was, and Jake, I don't know if you heard this one, but I'll play it. I don't think you've heard this one. So this is the prosecution questioning Kyle Rittenhouse about why you needed to run to a fire. Remember, Kyle Rittenhouse is there to try to help. The riots are going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He shows up. He's cleaning graffiti off of buildings. This is what he's saying. He's there to help put out fires, literally. And so we asked about this. Listen to this.
But you, at some point as you get close to the 63rd Street car source, start running towards that lot, right?
Towards the fire that in the Duramax.
And Mr. Rosenbaum is running ahead of you, isn't he?
I don't believe so.
Right. Rosenbaum, remember, is the person that he shot and killed later on. He's trying to make the case that he's chasing. He's like, no, he's not chasing me. I don't think that's the case. But listen to this.
But you decided you needed to run because of the fire in the Duramax?
Yes.
Why? What was so urgent?
It was a fire.
There's fires all over the place, so?
I was getting to the fire to put it out.
We'll get back to that in a second.
The prosecutor's like, we'll get back to that. He's trying to put the fire. Why are you running towards the fire? Because the car is on fire. Well, there's fires all over the place. So why are you doing that? Because I want to put out the fire. Like that's almost the whole time. That's what the case was like. Ridiculous questions. Strong answers by Kyle Rittenhouse, the defendant who's on the stand, who, well, I'll tell you what, he did a fantastic job. But then here's the other thing you gotta listen for. What do you attack? If you're not going to win this case, you're a prosecutor, you see this thing possibly go into a mistrial. All of a sudden now, guess what? You know what's on trial? What's on trial is your speech. The fact that, do you want to plead the fifth? Maybe you don't want to talk about the case?
You've also had the opportunity to listen to the testimony of all 30-some witnesses that have testified in this trial so far, correct?
Yes.
And after all of that, now you are telling us your side of the story, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to ask you folks to go in the library for just a second. Please don't talk about the case.
So the judge is like, hold on a second. You just spent the past minute and a half talking about how he's not talking about the case. He just doesn't want to talk about it. He has the right to not talk about the case. If he doesn't want to talk, he doesn't have to talk, right? He has this constitutional right to not talk, to not say anything. Pleading the fifth, if you will. He doesn't want to talk about it, right? Nothing to talk about. So the judge is like, you've taken this too far.
You need to account for this.
Your Honor, I don't want to jury here. He's commenting on my client's right to remain silent.
No, Your Honor. I am making the point that after hearing everything in the case, now he's tailoring his story to what has already been introduced.
The problem is, this is a grave constitutional violation for you to talk about the defendant's silence. And that is, and you're right. You're right on the borderline, and you may be over, but it better stop.
Are you kidding me? So a constitutional right to not say anything, right? And he's calling him out on that. The prosecutor is calling out Kyle Rittenhouse, and the judge is like, wait a minute. How could you call out my client's constitutional right? The defendant, the defense is saying, and the judge is like, you're in grave constitutional areas, and you may have crossed the line, my friend. Just unbelievable.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Sales desk, Marty.
Gobble, gobble.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Gobble, gobble.
Hey, stop calling here.
Whoa, Marty, is this how you greet customers?
What's with the turkeys?
Well, Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey on price.
Turkey?
Victory Lane's carving up their overhead and passing the savings on to their customers.
Oh, how nice.
And Victory Lane's setting the table with over KBB for trades and Black Friday pricing on new Chevys.
Wait. They're paying overbooked value?
Uh-huh. Ready for seconds?
No thanks, I'm on a diet.
Sounds like Marty's hangry. Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey all month long. Get over KBB value for your trade and get 0% financing on most Chevy SUVs in stock. New Silverados save an additional $2,500 off MSRP if you're a current Costco member. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 0% with approved credit on select models. All readings dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 11/30/21.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go. Serving up to 6 with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins, and as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
Another Trump setback in court. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and time's running out for the former president trying to stymie the Capitol riot investigation. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has an update live.
Dave, a U.S. District Court judge has rejected former President Donald Trump's effort to block the House's January 6th committee from getting his White House records for the third time in 2 days. On Tuesday, the judge shot down the former president's attempt to assert executive privilege over those documents, and his lawyers again asked her yesterday to stay her own decision. While they appealed, she again rejected it. The National Archives is expected to deliver some of those files, which include call and visitor logs, as well as documents of former Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, tomorrow, with more set to come later in the month. Dave.
Tanya, one of the more than 600 rioters charged has been sentenced to more than 3 years in prison. Scott Fairlamb had pleaded guilty to assaulting a police officer. Kyle Rittenhouse got emotional at his murder trial.
Why'd you point it at him if you didn't have any intention of shooting?
He was chasing me. I was alone. He threatened to kill me.
He claims he shot 3 protesters in self-defense during rioting last year in Kenosha, Wisconsin. 2 of them died. Rittenhouse's lawyers are asking for a mistrial after the judge reprimanded the prosecutor over some questioning. The COVID fight over masks back in court.
The judge ruled that Texas Governor Greg Abbott's executive order prohibiting mask mandates in his state schools violates the Americans with Disabilities Act. The ruling frees local Texas officials to again create their own rules.
That's Fox's Sue Guzman. Dealing with a spike in inflation and supply chain issues, President Biden went to the port in Baltimore.
We still face challenges, and we have to tackle them. We have to tackle them head on.
He says the just-passed infrastructure bill will help. Republicans worry that'll add to inflation. Chris Stapleton had a big night. He won 6 CMA awards on ABC, including Male Vocalist, Song and Album of the Year, Luke Combs Entertainer of the Year. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Tracking a crash right now heading through the area around Coconut Point on 41 at Coconut Road. No injuries, no roadblock there. You'll see deputies on scene and just some flashing lights. So take it easy on that stretch of the highway especially, and if you're heading out toward Coconut Point. No delays up and down I-75. A nice quiet drive over our area bridges. Midpoint a little bit busier eastbound heading out of Cape Coral toward Fort Myers. Approaching McGregor Boulevard, though, we are crash and incident-free across Charlotte County. Heading through Collier County, just one crash on Lake Trafford Road east of 29. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a slightly more humid day today as all eyes are on our next approaching cold front that'll be passing through for this upcoming weekend. Ahead of that, we should see some isolated rain and some thunderstorms as we head into especially this afternoon. It will be a tad warmer today with temperatures back to 84 degrees. We give it the chance for just a stray shower as we head into tonight under a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. Friday morning featuring a milder start with lows in the upper 60s, even some lower 70s across some of our immediate coastal areas. 84 for a high on your Friday. A few showers across the area, but many will still stay dry. Saturday is when our first front passes on through, bring us a few showers. We will feel a decrease in humidity by Sunday with a reinforcing shot of some cooler air, bringing us back down into the 50s for overnight lows beginning Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
Hi, this is Jay, president of Big Island Builders, a custom home builder here in Naples. For over 20 years, our company has had the privilege of building some of the most high-quality, unique homes in Naples. Recently, we built a home on Yucca Road in Naples that we consider our crowning achievement. This home was recognized and awarded 5 Sandollar Awards. To see a virtual tour or pictures of this amazing home, please visit our website at bigislandbuilders.com.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to trulynolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. Thank you so much for doing that. In just a little bit, 7:35, Jonathan Martin's going to join us. He is a practicing attorney, and we're going to get into some of the defense and the prosecution in the Kyle Rittenhouse case and the defense moving for the mistrial. What a hot mess it was for the past few days. And we'll kind of dig in a little more on that. Plus, Joe Biden had a couple of things to say about the state of our union and what is going on with supply chain issues. You got to stop buying stuff, people. That's the problem. It's because you're doing so well that you're spending money like crazy because you're afraid to go outside because of COVID. I'm not kidding. That's Jake. You're afraid to go outside because of COVID. And so you're inside and you're buying a ton of stuff and the supply chain, it just can't keep up. We just can't do it. It's unbelievable. You're just buying too much stuff. So you got to slow it down and take it down. Everything's going to be fine. Oh, and he also had some comments about what the holiday season was going to be like shopping-wise. So we'll get to that. Plus, there's a lot of hypocrisy. Marjorie Taylor Greene going after the mask rule that Nancy Pelosi in the House has, and with some very interesting results. We'll get to all of that in a bit. But it is Veterans Day 2021, and it is the day that we pay our respects and we honor those who serve and have served. And I'm so happy to have our good friend Rick Wabi on with us right now. You know, Rick, of course, has traveled the globe with me, to be quite honest with you, as we went it feels like, does it feel like it was a long time ago, or does it feel like yesterday that we were at Ramstein Air Base in Germany? It feels like it was just yesterday that we were delivering cards to our men and women serving, right?
Absolutely. It was, I think, one of the most memorable parts of that trip was at Fat Bertha's Schnitzel Emporium or what?
we had a little dining experience at. No, it's what it's called. It's called like Fat Bertha's, I think, is the place, and they serve a schnitzel that is about the size of a table, and nobody knew what to do with the size. Yeah, it was crazy, but the expression on their faces when we were hand delivering those cards was just about as special as you can imagine. That's why 10,000 for the troops this year. We are excited, of course, as we always are, but we want to make this year bigger and better than ever. But as we talk about today, Veterans Day, and I wanted to speak with you about it because you always have the best stories and individuals here in Southwest Florida, and something special with Collier Lee Honor Flight. And this is going to be a huge thing. Maybe we just let's come out of the gate with what's going on with Collier Lee Honor Flight, and then we'll revisit it in just a little bit, because this is really special. So go ahead, Rick.
Absolutely. This has been something we've been working on for the past 3 years to get done, and it's finally here.
Yeah.
The 10 hubs around Florida for the state have been working on getting a license plate, an Honor Flight license plate, so that our local people can support the local flights by doing this. So what's happened is the plate went through the Florida Congress, went through Governor DeSantis, and it's sitting ready at the people that manufacture it, waiting on what we do next. Okay. Right. So our community needs to get together and purchase these plates on a voucher system.
Right. So now, we have to purchase those ahead of time. So the idea is that you have to purchase a certain amount so the state sees that there is a demand for it, and then boom, we start printing them up and we start to get them, right? Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They our goal locally is to get 300 plates signed up. People will get a voucher for it, and then when we cross over the 3,000 mark for the state. Now, I'd like to see 3,000 right here in Collier and Lee County. Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah.
And as you know, it all goes the over proceeds, or what it's funding, is the honor flights around Florida. But
Right.
So the whole thing is, once we hit that magic number of 3,000, they will literally go ahead and start printing these things.
Right.
Um, so the way that our locals can go and purchase this thing or purchase the voucher is we will have if anybody uses Facebook, we'll have a connection on our Collier Lee Honor Flight page. It's a link that will take you right to the Escambia County Tax Collector's Office. This is like the least expensive way to get the plate, and the what's been working out as the best way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that will be up on our page, and you can also get the link by emailing the person that's basically overseeing it in Collier and Lee County is Amy, and her email address is amy@collierhonorflight.org.
Amy@collierhonorflight.org. And I'll tell you what, Rick, here's what we'll do. We'll set it up so that we can even have you text us, and we'll do a kickback address to that as well coming up. So I'll explain that in just a bit. But that's what we want to do. And if you see the design, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful plate. The plate is so nice looking. It really is fantastic.
It stands out.
Yeah.
It's really very cool.
Right. So we have to make sure that we get 3,000 sold before they're going to start to print these. And obviously, if we can do 300 just right here in our area, along with others around the state, then we can get to that number. If we could do the 3,000 alone, will be perfect. But yeah, so a way to help to fund Honor Flight and to honor Honor Flight as well is to have a license plate. And so what you'll do is you'll purchase the voucher. The voucher will be good once we hit that 3,000 number, and then you'll be able to get the plate. And we'll talk about that more coming up, Rick, in just a little bit, and how you can get to the link. So that is fantastic. The other thing is it's Veterans Day. And, we were talking just yesterday and even a few weeks back as we were talking about Veterans Day. And, when you think of Veterans Day, you think of vets that have served in theater, but there are so many that didn't. And so maybe we want to touch on them a little bit today and some of those stories, right?
Oh, absolutely. The thing about veterans and Veterans Day is there are so many more that were, they did things. There were, cooks, electricians, accountants. Just anything that you can think in the real world, as we call it, in veterans in the military, they did every kind of job there was. Supply sergeants, hurricane hunters. Think about that. These guys fly in and out of hurricanes every time there's one out there.
Right.
And people tend not to think of them, and it's just amazing what these jobs all incur to keep, if there is a war going on, keep men and women in combat zones.
Right.
The beauty of this thing is, or maybe the chance of this thing is, when you sign up, whether you were drafted, most people nowadays are enlisting. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You absolutely are rolling the dice. You could, go in and do absolutely, protected work from the United States,
right?
Or you could be shipped anywhere around the globe to an area that's tough or not. So these people, when they sign up to go in, they're doing this for the love of their country, and understand that love is you and me and everybody around us.
Right.
That what provokes somebody to do that. So some of these stories I have today are kind of the stories of the folks that went in that didn't know they were going, where they were going, or whether they were going to go into a hot zone.
Right.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of people, I was going to say, and we had that conversation about some people that we know. Maybe we won't name names, but people that we know that didn't even want to talk about their time serving the country because they felt like they didn't do enough because they weren't in theater. And
Absolutely.
and that just and that touches your heart because and it hurts your heart that somebody would feel that way because of course you served. Of course this is something that you should speak about and be proud of because you did serve and that somebody would think that you were less than because you weren't in theater is you just don't like to hear that, you know?
No. And I can tell you about one kind of, this is really kind of funny. Every person that I'm going to talk about, their name is Jim. So I changed them a little bit so that we can keep them
Okay.
separated.
All right, go ahead.
It's funny. The Jims must have all,
Right.
one of our trips to DC,
Right.
an older gentleman in a wheelchair didn't want to get off the bus at his memorial. He was a Korean War veteran.
Hmm.
And so I kind of stayed back with him to talk to him. I otherwise I would have never known this man. Just chatted with him. It was like chatting with my dad. It's beautiful because you speak the same lingo,
Yeah.
And he ultimately said to me, I don't feel worthy of getting off the bus and going to this memorial. You see, I served in Texas. I didn't go to Korea like everybody else.
Ah.
And I said, "Are you kidding me? No, we flew you up here for this. This is something that's for you,
Yeah.
regardless of where you served. No matter what you did, you
course.
handed the guy boots. He doesn't go into battle barefoot. You
course.
did what you did."
Right.
And so finally, I cajoled him into, getting off the bus. We took him down the lift, and I grabbed an ROTC kid that was working with us, and we went over to the Korean War Memorial. And this memorial is quite beautiful. It's stunning.
It is.
As you know, you've been there a couple of times.
Yep.
When we went over there, there were two South Korean young men there. I mean, they couldn't have been more than 22 or 23. And Frank was, kind of looking at the memorial, just kind of there and thinking. You could see he was deep in thought.
Right.
And these two guys came up and they said, in a broken language, "Is this man a GI, an American GI, a Korean War hero?" is what they said.
Wow.
And I said, "Oh yes, absolutely he is." And they started bowing to him and saying, "Thank you so much for my freedom. My country is free because of you." And I'm telling you, the skies opened up. I'm looking at this guy, and he turns red, and he just literally the tears are coming down his eyes,
Yeah.
And we're standing in front of the wall that says "Freedom is not free," with wreaths behind it. The South Koreans keep fresh wreaths there all the time. And I think that something in his head just acknowledged what had happened, what he was part of. Maybe he's been denying it his whole life, but here he was, being honored as a hero, and he is.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Rick Wabi joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, our good friend Rick. And we're talking about honor flight and their license plate we're going to get to in just a second. Honor plate, I like that. And, of course, on this Veterans Day and some of the veterans that we are discussing. Give me one more story because I'm just looking at time and I want to talk more about the honor flight license plate again in case they missed how they could get one. But maybe one or two quick stories about some of the other folks that you have met.
Sure, I can whittle these down.
Yeah.
Another this person's name is Jim. I'm going to use Jim. He's a merchant mariners.
Yeah.
These guys were not recognized for what they did in World War II until 1988. They got veteran status. Wow. 1988.
Wow.
And when we think of merchant marines, we're always thinking of the Atlantic and crossing and submarines and all that. This fellow just received a congressional gold medal with the group, the last remaining merchant mariners in our country. he didn't know where he was going. He didn't know what he was going to be doing. He didn't know, all he knew was what he joined the Merchant Marine. And he was actually on 2 different LSTs, which is in the nomenclature of the government. It's called landing. LST is landing ship tank. And that means you roll up on the beach while, kamikazes are coming down and machine guns are firing, and they open the gates and the tanks come out, and they hit like Okinawa or whatever, the Marshall Islands.
All right.
So these guys were all up in it without really expecting that, but they literally were the ship drivers, And there's a lot of little funny stories about what Jim did. I don't know if I have time for one.
Well, yeah, I don't think no. We're running kind of
okay.
Yeah, we don't have
Okay.
enough time to do that, but certainly that is one. And again, Rick, there are many that we could talk about. We could spend all day talking about how many people, veterans, all vets that we honored today, all that have served. And even if you haven't in theater, you have served, and you are a blessing to this country. And we just love and honor you today, certainly for your service. Now, again, this was something we started off with, and in case you missed it, this is a big deal. You can support veterans and Honor Flight with an Honor Flight license plate. It is absolutely beautiful. You're going to love this plate. You'll get a chance to see it soon. And it is approved for pre-sale. So what you do is, the thing is, you got to have 3,000 pre-sale transactions. They have to be purchased before it could be manufactured. And so what you'll do is you purchase a voucher, and that will help to make this plate happen. And of course, the portion of every plate purchase is going to go to Honor Flight chapters here in the state of Florida, which is another fantastic way for you to support Honor Flight, Collier Lee Honor Flight. And it's just beautiful. So again, Amy's email, if you want to give that out one more time, so they could reach out to her for more information as well.
Okay, it's on our Facebook page, as well as Amy at collierhonorflight.org, or the phone number for Honor Flight is 239-777-9295. You can, when you go to the Escambia County tax collector, the plate pulls up. You'll be able to see it. And in order to purchase, you need a Florida driver's license number and your current license plate number. You enter that, and boom, you're in there.
Right. And of course, if you don't know, and hopefully you do know by now, the mission of Honor Flight and Collier Lee Honor Flight to transport our heroes, our war veterans to D.C. to visit their memorials. And of course, we honor their service and their sacrifice. And it is Honor Flight. If you've ever been on one or you've experienced one yourself, or talk to somebody who has been on one, it is life-changing. It is unbelievable, the experience. And to have the opportunity to do that and to support it is so special. So, all right.
It surely is.
It is. All right, Rick Wabi, we appreciate you. It's great to hear from you. It's been a while, but we'll be speaking again very soon, I'm sure. And hopefully we'll get those flights up and running soon once again in the very near future. Yeah. All right, buddy. I appreciate
think that they have one scheduled coming up, so it'll be in the spring.
Well, we certainly will keep an eye on it. And, we've got our fingers crossed, no doubt about it. All right, my friend. We'll see you soon.
All right, Drew. Take care, buddy.
All right, you
Bye-bye.
too. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
Get ready for a night of ups. Same night, same stage. Friday, December 3rd, Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live. Reserve seats on sale now at bbmanpah.com or call 481-4849.
You know, joint relief doesn't have to mean drugs and surgery. Now there's a better alternative that patients are raving about. Hey, it's Drew Steele from my friends at cU.S, local medical professionals using natural biologic treatments. Highly concentrated healing properties from your own body put directly into the affected joint, restoring and repairing damaged tissue the way your body was designed to heal. If you're tired of the Band-Aid solutions like drugs and steroids, and you really want to avoid surgery, you need to check out cU.S. Regenerative, restorative, natural treatments for knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, pain in your hips. Don't continue to suffer. And don't go in for surgery until you check this out. See it for yourself. See if you're a candidate. cU.S. Call 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN.
I'm Russ McCaskey.
I'm Nicole Gabe.
The news doesn't wait.
And neither should you.
Breaking right now at 3, an update on a recent investigation.
Sheriff's Office is holding a press conference.
When it breaks...
Wink News now. Wink News now. It breaks on Wink first. Wink News.
We know you'll agree.
The place to be at 3
is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
There was a secondary device that detonated and the lights were out.
After overcoming the unthinkable, this inspiring veteran story takes a sweet turn.
All right, let's get going. Let's get started.
Plus,
I can't believe I'm here talking about an Italian recipe with Rachel.
3 Thanksgiving-ish sides with Christopher Kimball.
Can I steal a little bit?
Yeah. And Turkey Talk with Ray the Butcher.
Let's go carve up a bird.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
First comes love, then comes marriage. Don't forget the sparkle that comes in between. The Diamond District is filled wall to wall with the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds and engagement rings in Southwest Florida. You won't find a better
and admission. For more information, see the Giant RV Show inside the Lee Civic Center starts Thursday. The Giant RV Show is presented by La Mesa RV, 9650 Kelly Tractor Drive in Fort Myers.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go, serving up to 6, with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins, and as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
Hi, my name is Jay, president of Big Island Builders, a custom home builder in Naples. You may have heard about supply chain issues affecting the construction industry, and you may think because of these issues you need to hire a large building company, but that is not the case. We are a medium-sized company, and we have been proactive throughout these trying times to anticipate issues, order materials early so that our jobs continue to progress efficiently. Find us at BigIslandBuilders.com.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Don't forget, coming up in about 10 more minutes, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And we've got a pair of tickets to see Fab 4. It's a Beatles tribute happening at the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. It's going to be a fun show, and we'll have tickets just for playing. So you'll win, but you'll have to play. So we're looking forward to that coming up in just a bit. All right, I have to get into this right now because the Kyle Rittenhouse case, if you have been witnessing it for the past couple of days, is like nothing I think I've ever seen before in my life. Some of the things that have happened, and I've got a lot of questions, so I'm so happy to have Jonathan Martin with us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, former prosecutor, law attorney right now, and getting into this case and just helping to explain to me some of the things that I witnessed and to explain if I'm crazy, what I'm witnessing, if it's true what I'm thinking. I don't know. First of all, good morning, Jonathan. How are you?
Good morning, Drew. I'm good.
I don't even know what to say, Jonathan. Like right out of the gate on this case leading up to yesterday, have you ever seen anything like this?
Well, no. And there's a reason for it. Usually the prosecutors are gatekeepers of justice. So the prosecutors don't generally file on cases like this that would lead to a situation like this towards the end of trial.
So what you're saying is, because I had questions about this, and just, help me. You're the expert. So in discovery, when everybody comes together and they see this case, they know what the case is and is not. The prosecutor goes in, because some people say, why would they even take this case? It doesn't even, it seems like from the video and all the evidence, everything that's out there, that it was a clear-cut case for many of self-defense, but they have to take this case. It's like, that's the point, right? They don't have a choice. They're going to have to figure out what they're going to do because they've got the case, but could they have said, listen, we're not taking the case? What about the prosecution side of this?
Yeah, the prosecutors, just like we have here in Southwest Florida, we have a great prosecutor. The prosecutors are elected officials, and they're entrusted with deciding whether or not a case should be pursued, whether it should be filed at the very beginning. And once that decision is made, then the plea offers are decided by the prosecutors, and they can decide how to resolve a case or try the case if they don't reach a resolution.
Right.
This is a case where either there was an outside motivator, like political pressure, that forced this elected official, the elected prosecutor, to make one of his minions try the case, which this appears to be so, or there was just a great misunderstanding and lack of preparation that led to the surprises that we've seen in trial the last couple of days.
It's sure, Jonathan, listen, it's just the two of us talking. Nobody else, just me and you, okay? Let's be honest. Here we go. It sure sounds like the former and not the latter. These guys are not dummies. They're not in the position that they're in because they are. Although the choice of wardrobe and maybe some of the little pins and everything, like a Star Wars, I don't know what was going on. It's a little weird. But anyway, besides the point, the idea that the prosecution did this knowing full well what was going on, it speaks to the political motivation here. I mean, I just wonder. I mean, this is just speculation, but that part of it, which is you need to take this case. It's a big case. We want this case tried. You're going to do this. And they found two people that were going to have to do it by order of their position, I guess.
That's very possible. And without being a conspiracy theorist, you don't have to go that direction. But I listened extensively yesterday to the cross-examination from the prosecutor, Thomas Binger. His Wisconsin accent aside, and I'm from Minnesota, I understand it. The snottiness of his questions and the premise that he was operating from just presented this idea that he was just disconnected from what your listeners here in Southwest Florida would consider basic American principles, and you got that through this one particular line of questioning. And he kept going on and trying to get Rittenhouse to respond the way that he thought was required. He asked, why was a person with a handgun, talking about the first, the person who testified the other day in trial, who said that he was approaching Rittenhouse, he had his gun drawn before Rittenhouse shot him. He said, well, why was somebody with a handgun a threat to you when you had an AR-15? I mean, this prosecutor is so anti-gun that he doesn't understand that a handgun can kill people just like an AR-15 can kill people. And Kyle Rittenhouse, his AR-15 didn't make him bulletproof, but he was disgusted when Rittenhouse was responding. Well, he had a gun.
Right.
Like, I was in fear for my life.
Right.
And I think when you see the cross-examination on television, you could see the dismay in Binger's face when he just didn't quite understand. What do you mean an AR-15 didn't provide you the protection against a pistol? Like, you can't stop a bullet with an AR-15. So I think that kind of underlined this disconnect in the prosecution's in the prosecution's way of thinking.
Yeah, and a little bit of the audio from the case on that particular point. And if I'm right, I think this is the part about the AR-15, just one of the pieces of it.
You just assumed that he was going to use it, that he was going to try and take it from you, first of all, and then you assumed he was going to try and use it on you.
If I would have let Mr. Rosenbaum get my gun, he would have killed me.
But you had already pointed your gun at him.
Yes, because he was chasing me.
Did you want him to think that you were going to shoot him?
No, I never wanted to shoot Mr. Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I don't even think, I'm not sure that that's the part of it. I think it was,
and Mr. Rosenbaum had made two threats previously to Kyle Rittenhouse that if he caught him alone, he'd kill him.
Right.
So, and you can pick that up in a different clip. But Kyle Rittenhouse had already had contact with Mr. Rosenblum, who had said, I will kill you if I see you alone. And then Rosenblum is approaching him. Kyle Rittenhouse is literally running away from him. The only time he even stops to run away is to point his AR-15 at him, thinking, hey, maybe this will remind the guy, hey, that you may not want to come here.
Right.
And that didn't slow him down. And every police officer, every trained citizen knows if you point a gun at someone and they're still advancing on you and you have a right to be where you're at, maybe they want to do you a lot of harm and they're not even scared of dying. That should terrify you.
Yeah.
And this prosecutors didn't understand that.
I think this is the part we were looking. Wait, let's listen to this here.
I didn't say I didn't think they were hostile. I didn't think they were hostile towards us.
Okay, so they're not hostile to you and you're going to go help them. Why do you need the gun when you go out there?
I need the gun because if I had to protect myself because somebody attacked me.
Why would you think anybody would do that?
I don't know.
But you clearly planned on it. You were prepared for it. You thought it was going to happen.
No, I didn't.
That's the whole reason you brought the gun, isn't it?
I brought the gun to protect myself.
Exactly. Because you thought you personally were going to be in danger, right?
Not necessarily.
I mean, this line of questioning, Jonathan, explain that. I mean, the way he was leading him like that, it's again, the indictment on the gun. Like, if you have an AR-15 and you're walking the street with an AR-15, regardless of where you are, what the situation is, you're up to no good. Nefarious purposes. The reason why you have it is to kill. Like, that is the narrative that it seems like the prosecution was trying to push. I mean, am I off base on that? Or when you hear that, what do you think?
No, you're absolutely right. And every gun owner in America, every person that carries a concealed weapon, should be really concerned about traveling to an area with a prosecutor like Thomas Binger. He does not understand the Second Amendment. He does not understand that you have a right. And this is outside of the fact that Kyle Rittenhouse is 17 years old. The questioning shows that he does not understand that somebody in America would have the feeling that they should be able to protect themselves with a firearm, regardless of whether somebody said that they want to kill them.
Right.
Period. He doesn't think that you should be able to carry a gun unless you're looking for a fight. And we all know, and frankly, this whole case exists. We can't forget why this case exists. This case exists because the police ignored the violence and the riots in the city. They were outgunned, they were understaffed, and they were called back, and they had retreated. And that's why this violence was allowed to occur. Kyle Rittenhouse, bad situation for a 17-year-old to be in. But in America, you have the right. You should have the absolute right, just like you do in Florida, to stand your ground. If someone's trying to kill you, says they want to kill you, they're coming after you, they grab your gun. It's unfortunate and it's tragic, but you should have the legal right to defend yourself with deadly force. Yeah.
Jonathan Martin joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, former prosecutor, law attorney here in Southwest Florida. And Jonathan, let me ask you this. As an aside, Kyle Rittenhouse takes the stand. Does that take your breath away when you see that?
I've prosecuted many cases where where my case wasn't going well until the defendant took the stand, and then I got my guilty verdicts. This case, Kyle Rittenhouse, his testimony yesterday, his credibility, it seemed like it was icing on the cake for an acquittal.
Yeah.
So he seemed entirely sincere. His testimony was entirely consistent with the other testimony that's already been presented in the trial. And I think that we need to ask some serious questions about why he was prosecuted after his acquittal.
Defense moving for a mistrial in the case. What do you think about that?
They have to do it. It's malpractice to not ask for the mistrial. The judge said that he was going to reserve his ruling and took it under advisement. The reason they generally do that is you don't want to declare a mistrial if you're already going to get an acquittal. So the judge can actually wait for the jury verdict to come back and then declare a mistrial if he needs to.
Right.
So if Kyle Rittenhouse is convicted, the judge could, even at that point, before the sentence is entered or the judgment is entered, the judge could actually declare the mistrial at that point. So that and that does happen in real life. So be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, and before we go, Jonathan, I just have to reiterate this. I know we kind of mentioned it earlier, but I have to say, man, I got to believe it just feels like the way the prosecution has presented the case, the disaster of their own witness going against them, the idea of being told from the stand, a witness saying that they tried to make him change testimony, all the different things that are going, the way that they approached Kyle Rittenhouse with the AR-15 issue and the right to remain silent, which was a grave constitutional violation, as the judge put it. It almost feels like they did this on purpose, Jonathan. Like they want the mistrial. Yeah. If they get the mistrial, then they don't get the L. They get the mistrial.
That comment on his right to remain silent, infringement on Fifth Amendment constitutional right, that's something that every prosecutor from the very first day they get sworn into office, they learn you cannot talk about that in trial. If you want to create a mistrial, that's what you do.
Right.
You bring that up. And it's every prosecutor in the country knows it. It's been settled law, as the judge said, for the last 50 or 60 years in this country.
Right.
You do not talk about it. You do not say, well, why didn't you tell anybody about that before today? You cannot say that.
But what about that? But what about that other point, Jonathan? That's an important, before we go. If they get the mistrial, they can say they didn't get the L. They didn't get the loss. It's a mistrial. They can make that. They can, even though everybody knows, anybody who watched it knows exactly what happened. But there are the social media and the universe that is the media that can spin it and go, well, it's not a loss. He didn't lose the case. I mean, that the case was a mistrial. It wasn't a loss for the prosecution.
So if you get a mistrial with prejudice, that's a loss. If you get a mistrial without prejudice and you get to retry it again, the mistrial with prejudice is definitely a loss.
Okay.
Now there's a two-prong analysis that the judge has to look at to determine whether the case should be mistried with prejudice. First of all, the prosecutor's actions must be intentional. Obviously, the prosecutor's asking those questions.
Yeah.
That was intentional.
Right.
You don't accidentally say words as a prosecutor. And then secondly, were the prosecutor's actions designed to get a new trial? And I think after we heard the prosecutor's star witness the other day completely testify for the defense, basically, I think that there was plenty of motive for the prosecutor to try to get a new trial. So I don't think that the judge would have any issue with his ability, his discretion to find for those two prongs and grant a mistrial with prejudice.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on this. Jonathan Martin joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, you're good at this law thing.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
might do some more of that today.
Yeah, you might do some work that has to do with that today if you got. Yeah. All right, my friend. Thanks. I appreciate you. I'll see you later. All right, there he goes. 239-479-5592. Let's do it right now. It is time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 9 right now. You will win tickets to see Fab 4, a tribute to the Beatles at the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. A great place to watch a show. And so just by being the 9th caller, you'll win. 239-479-5592. Oh, yeah, and you have to play Drew's College. So that's coming up next. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here is Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. A pretty quiet start on our roads across most of Lee County. We only are watching one crash heading through Coconut Point at Coconut Road and 41. If you're in Collier County, though, a crash at Golden Gate Parkway right off Collier Boulevard causing some slight delays east and westbound there on Golden Gate Parkway. And another crash just south of there along Collier Boulevard right near Rattlesnake Hammock Road. That's causing northbound delays through the intersection along 951. Backups on Immokalee Road as well, heading eastbound toward Gulf Coast High School and Laurel Oak Elementary, approaching Logan Boulevard. You're going to see those delays as well. No major problems up and down I-75. Everything's running up to speed. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a milder start to the day, look out for some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into this afternoon. They will be hit or miss, but a few of us could get in on a few heavy, quick downpours across the area. 84 for a high today. We keep with the chance for stray showers we head into tonight. Friday morning featuring a mild low of 69 degrees. A few showers possible for your Friday with a high of 84 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At Duncan's Diamonds, we are obsessed with finding you a diamond as unique as your love. As direct diamond importers, we traveled the world to find pieces of unbeatable value and quality. We have 30 times the selection of a typical jewelry store. From enchanting engagement rings to previously enjoyed Rolex timepieces, we have a special something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. We are here to make this spectacular manageable with expert guidance, exceptional discounts, and unmatched financing programs.
With no middleman, we're able to offer prices 30 to 40% below the rest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it. Come see us today.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive to give the gift of a lifetime.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Sales desk, Marty.
Gobble, gobble.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Gobble, gobble.
Hey, stop calling here.
Whoa, Marty, is this how you greet customers?
What's with the turkeys?
Well, Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey on price.
Turkey?
Victory Lane's carving up their overhead and passing the savings on to their customers.
Oh, how nice.
And Victory Lane's setting the table with over KBB for trades and Black Friday pricing on new Chevys.
Wait. They're paying overbooked value?
Uh-huh. Ready for seconds?
No thanks, I'm on a diet.
Sounds like Marty's hangry. Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey all month long. Get over KBB value for your trade and get 0% financing on most Chevy SUVs in stock. New Silverados save an additional $2,500 off MSRP if you're a current Costco member. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 11/30/21.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Jeff. Jeff's in Cape Coral. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, Drew?
Oh, I'm all right. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question starts right now.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Jeff. Walter Mondale. You may have remembered Walter Mondale as the vice president under which president?
Reagan?
No, it was Jimmy Carter. Carter and Mondale.
A little bit too late.
Okay. Yep, a little bit too late. Just a little bit. All right, let's see if you get an associate's degree on this very question. How we elect a U.S. senator for how many years? They are supposed to serve how many years from the time they're elected?
The Senate is 6.
That's correct, sir. All right, so you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Let's see. In 1945, Japan surrendered to the U.S. It basically ended this war. Which war?
Oh, World War II.
Yep, that is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. In 1963, the U.S. Postal Service started its Zone Improvement Program. What in the world is Zone Improvement Program?
Zip codes, I guess.
That is correct, sir. All right, see, it's kind of the Zone Improvement Program. See how that works? Not really a trick question, just fun to say. All right, well, congratulations there, Jeff and Cape Coral. You got yourself a pair of tickets to see Fab Four.
I have no idea. My father-in-law is the biggest Beatle maniac in the world.
A Beatle maniac. That's
yes.
That almost sounds dangerous. Jake is like, that's scary. All right, Fab Four, tribute to the Beatles at the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. It's going to be a great show. So stay right there, okay?
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. The Beatle maniac, not to be confused with Animaniacs. You know what an Animaniac is, Jake? You
Disney?
You don't know what that is? I thought that was your... Never mind.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's ultimate Beatles tribute, live at Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall at FSW December 1st. Tickets on sale online at bbmanpah.com, by phone at 481-4849, or at the box office. Relive the 60s and 70s with this year-for-year Beatles replication, playing some of the greatest songs of all time. The Fab Four, December 1st.
You know, joint relief doesn't have to mean drugs and surgery. Now there's a better alternative that patients are raving about. Hey, it's Drew Steele from my friends at QC Kinetics, local medical professionals using natural biologic treatments. Highly concentrated healing properties from your own body put directly into the affected joint, restoring and repairing damaged tissue the way your body was designed to heal. If you're tired of the Band-Aid solutions like drugs and steroids, and you really want to avoid surgery, you need to check out QC Kinetics. Regenerative, restorative, natural treatments for knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, pain in your hips. Don't continue to suffer. And don't go in for surgery until you check this out. See it for yourself. See if you're a candidate. QC Kinetics. Call 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out through Collier County, dealing with a crash in the Golden Gate area on Golden Gate Parkway, right off of Collier Boulevard, with some slight slowdowns but no injuries or roadblock. Another crash just south on Collier Boulevard at Rattlesnake Hammock Road with southbound delays heading through the intersection, very minor as well. Lee County roads pretty crash-free early on this morning, not dealing with any major problems other than backups on 75. Heading south from Alico Road through Corkscrew Road, seeing all those southbound delays building up right around mile marker 127, 126 or so. So just be extra cautious. Maybe take 3 Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway to avoid the backups. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a slightly more humid day today as all eyes are on our next approaching cold front that will be passing through for this upcoming weekend. Ahead of that, we should see some isolated rain and some thunderstorms as we head into especially this afternoon. It will be a tad warmer today with temperatures back to 84 degrees. We give it the chance for just a stray shower as we head into tonight under a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. Friday morning featuring a milder start with lows in the upper 60s, even some lower 70s across some of our immediate coastal areas. 84 for a high on your Friday. A few showers across the area, but many will still stay dry. Saturday is when our first front passes on through, bring us a few showers. We will feel a decrease in humidity by Sunday with a reinforcing shot of some cooler air, bringing us back down into the 50s for overnight lows beginning Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up. This message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South Windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
True relief.
for back and neck pain.
Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Guys take pride in their performance, and they love talking about it.
How about we talk about my golf handicap? Or that new deck I just built by myself.
And guys are especially proud of their performance in the bedroom. Unless, of course, that's an issue.
Let's talk about sports or something.
But what about
Look, I said sports.
Don't let erectile dysfunction rob you of your sex life or your pride. Call the Fort Myers Men's Clinic now at 239-317-7777 and find out about Pulse ED, the revolutionary ED treatment that can fully restore your sexual function without needles or surgery. In just 6 quick, easy, non-invasive sessions, Pulse ED can restore your performance and your pride.
My bedroom's rocking now. You want to hear about it?
No, we can't do that on the radio.
You sure? Because I really want to talk about it.
No, we're good. To schedule your Pulse ED consultation, call 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777. Or visit FortMyersMen'sClinic.com.
Get up and go now, so you can go tonight.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, CEO and one of the managing partners of Key City Capital. And just recently, we held an in-person investor meeting right here in Naples and had over 100 attendees show up to learn about building their wealth rapidly. Key City Capital has been actively investing in cash-flowing real estate for over 10 years and generating safe, secure, double-digit returns for our investors. Key City Capital was founded to build and preserve wealth for our clients, as well as provide assistance with tax mitigation. And over 100 people just can't be wrong.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve your spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you are joining us today on this Veterans Day. And we thank you and honor you, veterans, for your service to this country, those that have served and are serving. And we thank you so much. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Bidenflation is underway. Everybody feels it. Everybody knows it. You know what it's like. And by the way, the inflation that is soaring right now to a 30-year high, outpacing the predictions by economists, but nothing to worry about. Everything is just fine. I'm telling you, people are buying. There's all kinds of money coming in. They're making more money than ever before. It's just unbelievable. I mean, can you believe these gas prices?
People are feeling it.
Yeah.
They're feeling it.
Yeah.
So everything keep paying this much for a gallon of gas? In some parts of California, they're paying $4.50 a gallon.
Oh, can you believe it? Whoever thought it? Never thought in a million years, Jake. Can't believe it that you'd be paying somewhere in some places in California $4.50. More than that, my friend. More than that. Can you believe it? Joe Biden talks about the economy and talks about gas prices and talks about inflation and talks about the supply chain like he's got nothing to do with it. It's pretty remarkable how somebody can do that. It's, you'd like to say that maybe he's confused.
True international effort to pressure.
that could be part of it. I mean, it's just there. You sometimes you just can't deny it. But so you get a little bit of that going on. And listen, it's really your problem. You're the problem here. The consumer price index is a basket of products that economists use to track overall changes in price. Surged 6.2% from October 2020 to last month. That's the fastest annual growth since 1990. So your money is worth less. Inflation is a tax. Inflation is a tax. Inflation is a tax, everybody. And you realize that if you have the power to stop people from being taxed and less of their money going to them and going to going into the goods, it's just as you might as well just take it out of their pocket as a tax. The way the government does it. It's the same thing. You're getting hit the same way. Your dollar is not worth as much, and it's your problem. You're the reason why this is happening. It's because of you. It's all the spending. You just got to stop spending.
So on the one hand, we're facing new disruptions to our supplies. At the same time, we're also experiencing higher demand for goods because wages are up, as well as people have money in the bank. And because of the strength of our economic recovery, American families have been able to buy more products.
Oh, they can buy more products, Jake. You're out there buying more because the strength of the economy, and it's you got more money in your pocket.
But guess what? They're not going out to dinner and lunch and going to local bars because of COVID. So what are they doing? They're staying home, they're ordering online, and they're buying product.
Maybe we live in a bubble. Maybe here in Southwest Florida, maybe in the great free state of Florida, maybe we live in a bubble, everybody. But that still just kind of feels weird when he says...
But guess what? They're not going out to dinner and lunch and going to local bars because of COVID. So what are they doing? They're staying home, they're ordering online, and they're buying product.
I'm just asking you, Jake, when you hear that, does that feel like so 2020? When he says that, doesn't that feel 2020? I mean, you're not going out to restaurants. You're not going out to bars. You're not going out and have lunch. You're not spending any kind of money like that. You're cooped up in your house, so you're having things shipped to you, and you're staying home. You're just not doing, and you're just buying stuff. That's all you're doing. You're just sitting in your house, and you're just buying stuff. You're not even leaving your house. It seems, I mean, a little out of touch. I don't know. It feels like a 2020 statement to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be off base.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, I see what you're saying, that it's most definitely a 2020 statement. But
you know what? Well,
I don't think the guy's there.
Come on, stop.
Bad care.
Don't be like that.
You could tell him it was 1920, he'd probably believe you.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Don't do that.
I got hairy legs.
Don't do that. Anyway, but the holidays are going to be fine because everybody's saying Walmart and Kmart. Hey, Kmart came in and said that they.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying that would be pretty funny if Joe Biden said, "Hey, I talked to people at Kmart and they said everything's fine." Hold on.
I got hairy legs.
No, not that. Wait, what did he stop it?
And here's the good news.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I spoke with the CEOs personally. Spoke with the CEOs of the major retailers: Walmart, Target,
and Kmart. He didn't say that.
And the leading freight movers, FedEx and UPS.
Okay.
They assured me that the shelves will be stocked in stores this holiday because they signed on a 24/7 as well. They signed on a 24/7. And they provide more avenues. They're getting more of their containers off the ports quicker than ever before.
Quicker than ever before. You know what's really funny? Places like Walmart and Target had to hire on their own 24/7 and not go to the usual suppliers in the chain, but have had to charter their own ships and people and individuals to get the products out because it's just sitting there and they're like, we got to do something. So there's a lot of other things that are going on. It's not like the supply chain is moving. It's not like that necessarily at all. But here's the other thing. Things just haven't been good for years. 10 years. I mean, people are just not happy. As a matter of fact, we hate ourselves. We just hate ourselves. The
reason I started calling this Build Back Better is we're the only country in the world. We underestimate ourselves. We're sort of down on ourselves the last 10 years or so.
Yeah. We've been down on ourselves, right?
We're sort of down on ourselves the last 10 years or so.
I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe you've been down on yourself for the past 10 years. There was a good chunk of time there, almost 4 years, where we were feeling pretty good about stuff. We weren't really down on ourselves at all. Actually, the economy was doing real well, and jobs, and we had a secure border, and there was a lot of things going on, a lot of positives. I don't know. It just sometimes feels like he's a little out of touch, just a little bit. Not that, yeah, kind of, you know.
True international effort to pressure.
All right. And again, you know, the reason why is because everybody's sitting at home, Jake, and it's they're not leaving the house, and they're just shipping boxes into the house, and they're just buying stuff online because they're afraid to leave. It's bad.
Coronavirus!
239-479-5592. All right. Moving on. What else do we have? Oh, hey, do we have that audio from DeSantis? Yeah, from yesterday. The governor had a few things to talk about with regard to some of the things that are happening here. The mandates, special session. He was on with Hannity last night talking about what the special session's going to look like.
So special session is, we want people to have their jobs. We don't think they should get kicked out based on vaccine mandates. And so we're providing substantive protections for every worker in Florida, private and public sector. And then in terms of parents' rights, I mean, we're really doing two things. One is we're strengthening the prohibition on forcing COVID vaccines on school children. School districts can't do that. Government can't do that. That's a parent's decision. And then we're also clarifying, and I've been winning these court cases, that masking school children is a parent's decision. It cannot be forced. That's what most of Florida is doing anyways. This will make it 100%.
And by the way, speaking of masking and mask mandates, if I'm not mistaken, Miami-Dade has dropped their mask mandates for schools now. So it's going to be opting in. So that is starting to happen, and there's some change that's going on. It's weird. I think even Randy Weingarten, the teachers union head there, I believe is saying the same thing. They're kind of hedging a little bit on the masks. What's going on? What is it about elections? I mean, what is it? Did you notice something that took place in Virginia that's got you a little worried? It was kind of strange. All right, we'll talk more about that. Let's take a break. 239-479-5592. We'll take a break. We'll talk more about what the governor said yesterday on Hannity's program, talking about special session, what's going to be coming up and happening, and also the concerns that many people have about illegals being dropped off here in the state of Florida by the Biden administration. And do we know what's going on with that yet? Do we have any word at all about what is happening? Why that's going on? And if it's going on? Well, fact is it is. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Collier County. We got a crash on Pine Ridge Road, slowing down traffic westbound off of Naples Boulevard and Airport Pulling Road approaching Shirley Street. So watch for some delays nearby. You can also take instead Golden Gate Parkway or Vanderbilt Beach Road to avoid the delays along Pine Ridge. Clear along I-75 throughout the Naples area, but we are watching major backups southbound on 75 through Lico Road and heading down toward Corkscrew Road on this morning commute. If you're in Lee County, we have a disabled vehicle slowing down traffic on Metro Parkway approaching Daniels Parkway, and in Lehigh, a crash at Bell Boulevard and Carbon Street East. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a milder start to the day, look out for some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we head into this afternoon. They will be hit or miss, but a few of us could get in on a few heavy, quick downpours across the area. 84 for a high today. We keep with a chance for stray showers. We head into tonight, Friday morning, featuring a mild low of 69 degrees. A few showers possible for your Friday with a high of 84 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
I know you're tired of living with that awful joint pain. If you've been to an orthopedic surgeon, you know the drill: pain meds, steroids, physical therapy, right? When those Band-Aids don't work, you know what's next. Surgery. Major surgery. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Don't do it. Not until you check out QC Kinetics. Get a second opinion. Learn about the natural biologic treatments, restorative, regenerative alternatives that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, back, and hips, other joints as well. QC Kinetics uses natural biologics from your own body and concentrates them in a precise damaged area for lasting relief. And it's an in-office treatment with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. Don't go under the knife if you don't have to. Call QC Kinetics and get a second opinion now. You've got nothing to lose. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical regenerative options are here. Call 239-893-PAIN.
I'm Russ McCaskey.
I'm Nicole Gabe.
The news doesn't wait.
And neither should you.
Breaking right now at 3, an update on a recent investigation.
Sheriff's Office is holding a press conference.
When it breaks...
Wink News now. Wink News now. It breaks on Wink first. Wink News.
We know you'll agree.
The place to be at 3
is Wink TV.
Next, Rachel.
There was a secondary device that detonated and the lights were out.
After overcoming the unthinkable, this inspiring veteran story takes a sweet turn.
All right, let's get going. Let's get started.
Plus,
I can't believe I'm here talking about an Italian recipe with Rachel, right?
3 Thanksgiving-ish sides with Christopher Kimball.
Can I steal a little bit?
Yeah. And Turkey Talk with Ray the Butcher.
Let's go carve up a bird.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, weekday mornings at 11 on the CW.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go. Serving up to 6 with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins, and as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
40% of Americans said that they strongly approve of Sesame Street's Big Bird announcing on social media that he got a coronavirus vaccine. They were less comfortable, though, with hearing why Oscar needed the Hep C vaccine.
I'm sorry. That's terrible. So 40% say they're all right with Big Bird. That means 60% don't like it, okay? Can I say that, Jake? That's what that means. See? See how you do it? 40% approve. Come on, that's a big thumbs up. That means the majority of people don't like it. See, they don't tell you that. They spin it. See how the media spins it like that? See how that works?
They expect people not to understand math, probably.
Yeah, like spinning things. Like, for example, Brian Williams, the person, the anchor who was caught misleading about Iraq and everything, who told these big stories. I was on a plane and I was getting shut down. I was in the middle of the desert and I had to take over the plane and do it myself. And okay, he's retiring from MSNBC. And here's a spin on that. I had no idea he was still doing it. Like, I didn't know. It's okay.
He said he. No, wow.
Yeah, he was kind of. I hiked the Rockies while a volcano was exploding in my eyes. It was shards of birds that were. I don't really know.
So he went from anchor to Navy SEAL.
I don't know. Yeah, that kind of thing. So there's that. They're going to remove the like button or the dislike button on YouTube. They're getting rid of the dislike button now completely. So you won't be able to dislike anything because it's kind of a disaster for people like the White House and stuff who put Biden videos and other political things up and they see how many people dislike all the information. Like, yeah.
Well, that's a key indicator on if you're going to get any valuable information from a video is if it has more dislikes than it does likes, especially in some field like we do. And we're looking at things on,
We can't have that, Jake.
So
wait, let me do my best Joe Biden. We can't have that. I can't do it. But yeah, that's Jack. We can't have that, Jack. We can't have the truth on video. We can't do that. How am I going to get my message out, man? Come on, man. How am I going to get my message out? You know the thing. It's like, all right, you got it?
You know the thing.
You know the thing. I don't like that one anymore.
True international effort to pressure.
I love that one. All right. 239-479-5592. John Kerry is a tool. John Kerry is a big, ginormous, he's a tall tool of a man. They're talking at the COP26 about climate change and stuff, and they're talking about a joint cooperation with China on climate change. So a lady stands up and says, hey, do you know what they're doing over there when it comes to some of the slave labor to build solar panels? Have you heard about this?
How, in the several months of meetings behind the scenes with China, did you bring up some of those very contentious issues, such as the use of forced labor in Xinjiang for building solar panels? How did you address it, and how did you kind of overcome that in reaching this final?
Well, we're honest. We're honest about the differences, and we certainly know what they are, and we've articulated them. But that's not my lane here.
Not in his lane here. We're honest about the differences. See, we have, freedom and free market capitalism. We have liberty here, and, we have workers at work. And they do slave labor over there. But we don't talk about everybody's got a different thing. It's a thing, they do the thing, right? Yeah, it's just a thing. That's all it is. By the way, John Kerry has $1 million stake in a private equity fund that's a major shareholder in a solar panel company linked to abuses of Uyghurs in China. But nothing to see here. Everything is absolutely fine. It's not in his lane. That's all it is. It's just tough choices, right? Didn't he say that once in an interview? People make tough choices.
Another issue related to China is importing of solar panels, because clearly a priority of the Biden administration is really addressing climate. But it's not the only priority. There are other things as well, such as the Uyghur situation in the West. What is the process by which one trades off climate against human rights?
Well, life is always full of tough choices.
It's always full of tough choices, Jake. So we got to have that solar panel on my house. So we got a couple of, thousands of slaves that are making the panels. Hey, it's a tough life. Sorry for you.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear. Taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift-giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings Sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. It's Veterans Day. President Biden hosts veterans at the White House this morning, then heads across the river to Virginia.
Following a long tradition, President Biden attends a wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery, the final resting place for 3 unknown U.S. service members beginning in 1921. It has also served as the symbolic grave for unidentified or unlocated, though never forgotten, American soldiers.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. Polish soldiers stopped thousands of migrants from crossing over the border with Belarus.
The European Union accuses the Belarusian president of weaponizing migrants. EU leaders call it a cynical hybrid attack. Belarus denies the allegations.
Fox's Simon Owen. There's an agreement between our government and China's to work together to cut carbon emissions. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Collier County. We got a crash on Pine Ridge Road, slowing down traffic westbound off of Naples Boulevard and Airport Pulling Road approaching Shirley Street. So watch for some delays nearby. You can also take instead Golden Gate Parkway or Vanderbilt Beach Road to avoid the delays along Pine Ridge. Clear along I-75 throughout the Naples area, but we are watching major backups southbound on 75 through Lico Road and heading down toward Corkscrew Road on this morning commute. Here in Lee County, we have a disabled vehicle slowing down traffic on Metro Parkway approaching Daniels Parkway, and in Lehigh, a crash at Bell Boulevard and Carbon Street East. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Look for a slightly more humid day today as all eyes are on our next approaching cold front that'll be passing through for this upcoming weekend. Ahead of that, we should see some isolated rain and some thunderstorms as we head into especially this afternoon. It will be a tad warmer today with temperatures back to 84 degrees. We keep it the chance for just a stray shower as we head into tonight under a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. Friday morning featuring a milder start with lows in the upper 60s, even some lower 70s across some of our immediate coastal areas. 84 for a high on your Friday. A few showers across the area, but many will still stay dry. Saturday is when our first front passes on through, bringing us a few showers. We will feel a decrease in humidity by Sunday with a reinforcing shot of some cooler air, bringing us back down into the 50s for overnight lows beginning Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports
Big Al from Stevie Tomato's sports page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals, appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's ultimate Beatles tribute, live at Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall at FSW December 1st. Tickets on sale online at bbmanpah.com, by phone at 481-4849, or at the box office. Relive the 60s and 70s with this year-for-year Beatles replication, playing some of the greatest songs of all time. The Fab Four, December 1st.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877 Fort Myers 33902. Tomorrow we will have our first count, and we'll see how close we're going to get to 10,000. We cross our fingers, and we would love to get to that number soon and break 10,000 and then some. And we'll see how we do. December 3rd is the cutoff date, everybody. December 3rd is the cutoff date to get those Christmas cards out to our men and women serving overseas. And we want them to know that we are thinking about them and that we love them and that we want to send them a Christmas message. We know that they are far away from their family and home. So a little bit of home, and it's special. Mel's Diner, thank you to Mel's Diner for being a drop-off location. So you can drop them off at any of Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida. All right, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
With us in government, we campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P, the plan. And then the environment is such that we're expected to defend the plan. even when the first time we roll it out, there may be some glitches and it's time to reevaluate and then do it again.
Is Kamala Harris possibly the most cringeworthy politician ever in the history of mankind? I mean, is that a possibility in France? She's talking about putting together plans when it comes to vaccines and different things, and she's talking about the plan. And she turns to the French that are standing there, the politicians and the doctors, and she said, "What we do in America, we do the plan." It's like when you have someone who is trying to explain to you a dish and they don't speak the language. You ever hear that when somebody tries to explain food or something? They don't know how to speak the language of the food that it comes from, but somehow all of a sudden they get this accent when they start to mention the food. It's like, dude, you don't have an accent. Why can't you just say, guacamole? They have to say guacamole, or they have to do something like that. It's like, why are you doing that? She goes, the plan. Like, I speak French, the plan. Like, what are you doing?
Number 4.
We're really leading the fight for freedom in this country. We are going to have a special session next week. We're going to do a number of things. One, no Floridian is going to be able to be fired over these jabs. We want people to be able to keep their jobs and not be thrown out of work. We're providing protection. We're also going to ban any type of mandates for vaccines for school children. That's a parent's decision. That is not something that is going to be forced on children. And then, of course, we are fighting back against Biden's unconstitutional OSHA rule. We're in court in the 11th Circuit. The 5th Circuit's already ruled. I think the 11th's going to be positive as well. And so we're fighting them on all fronts.
Fighting them on all fronts. That is our Governor Ron DeSantis on Hannity's program yesterday, fighting them on all fronts. The special session that's coming up, talking about the different issues, OSHA, and talking about mandates and vaccine mandates. And there's a lot to fight against when it comes to this administration, and our governor is getting it done.
Number 3.
So that means kids should continue to wear masks even if they're vaccinated?
And I would say masks are for now, but they are not forever.
No, they're not forever. That's CDC Director Walensky who just wants to let you know. So, hey, sorry about this, kids, but in her opinion, you get vaccinated, and then you're still going to have to wear a mask because, well, I'd like to say the evidence has proven that should be the case, but yeah, we're still waiting for the evidence. We don't have it, though.
Number 2.
I have heard nothing in this trial to change any of my rulings. So why?
Testimony, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
That was before the
Don't
testimony.
get brazen with me. You knew very well. You know very well that an attorney can't go into these types of areas when the judge has already ruled without asking outside the presence of the jury to do so. So don't give me that. That's number 1.
Woo! That's just one of the many times that the judge admonished the prosecution in the Kyle Rittenhouse case just yesterday, and a couple of times throughout the trial, a trial that the defense moved for a mistrial in, and man, the audio, watching it, one of the most unbelievable cases, one of the most unbelievable trials, one of the most unbelievable things I think I've ever seen.
I have heard nothing in the...
Number 1.
How many times, if you don't live in an area where you have high-speed internet you can afford, how many times you've driven your kids to the parking lot of McDonald's and sat there going off the McDonald's internet so you could hear?
That was Joe Biden yesterday, who was talking about the Build Back Better plan and supply chains and how everything is great. And hey, we're paying almost $4.50 a gallon for gasoline in California. You didn't believe you're paying that much? Not that it's my fault. And can I play that again for you, Jake? Just so you can hear this, because I'm trying to figure out, I guess he was talking about broadband and high-speed internet and how important it is to have, because you remember.
How many times, if you don't live in an area where you have high-speed internet you can afford, how many times you've driven your kids to the parking lot of McDonald's and sat there going off the McDonald's internet so you could hear?
Going off McDonald's internet so you can hear. What?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
What's he talking about? Hear what? Is he confusing like, so that's 4 cheeseburgers and 3 french fries? Is that what he's thinking about? Like, what does he mean here? Hear what?
At this point, it's hard to tell.
It really is. It's,
Bad at character.
Is what it is.
Exactly what he said.
239-479-5592. It's confusing. Hey, by the way, just to kind of sum up a little bit of what's going on with the Kyle Rittenhouse case, if you've been following it, if you've not followed the case and you're not really sure why or what it pertains to here with us in Southwest Florida, why it's a case that you should follow. You know, there's a lot of different reasons why it is an important case. One of them is because the media already called everything early on. Kyle Rittenhouse, who, if you remember, Kyle Rittenhouse, Kenosha, Wisconsin, Jacob Blake, the shooting there and the death of Jacob Blake and the riots that were going on in Kenosha. And he goes there. There's graffiti, there's rioting, there's all these things going on. Kyle Rittenhouse goes there. He's cleaning up graffiti. He's trying to help put out fires. He's trying to kind of help with the situation there with regard to some of the damages and everything. This is the claim. And he's got that AR-15 in his hand, and he's there, and he's getting chased by others. And as the case goes, and shoots and kills two individuals, shoots one where they obliterate his bicep, and it's then he takes the stand yesterday. Emotional testimony. The establishment media, the fake news legacy media, already had their mind made up months and months ago about who this person was, Kyle Rittenhouse, and how this case should go.
Kenosha shooter, Kyle Rittenhouse, he murdered 2 people, by the way.
Rittenhouse is basically what you would have had in a school shooter. He's a 17-year-old kid. He shouldn't have had a gun. He crossed state lines to supposedly protect property. No, he was going out to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the armed teenage vigilante.
A 17-year-old vigilante, arguably a domestic terrorist.
Arguably a domestic terrorist, everybody. We've already made up our mind on who and what Kyle Rittenhouse is and is not, and that's what the media does. That's what they continue to do. That's not the story here. That's not what I'm trying to get at, because you knew that was going to happen. And the spin that will take place today after the trial yesterday, grave constitutional violations that the judge was concerned about rights, constitutional rights that people have the right to remain silent. No. The prosecution yesterday wanted no part of that. They wanted to go after Kyle Rittenhouse for that. And the judge admonishing them about that issue. The judge throwing down against prosecutors, saying there's a lot of things that they've talked about that he doesn't believe. The case for prosecution falling apart in a lot of different ways, whether it's witnesses that they brought up that were saying things contrary to what they were bringing them up for, destroying their case, almost to the point where you start to feel like the prosecution was trying to throw the case. Like they knew they didn't have a case and they almost wanted a mistrial because of how awful they've performed in this arena. And now you get down to what actually they decided to do. And you can see where the spin is going to be with the media. And what am I talking about? So after the judge admonishing prosecution on all different things and the issues of mistrials and just mistakes, now it becomes about guns. So now you have a couple of different things. The first thing is, they're going after your guns, everybody, making it about AR-15s.
You just assumed that he was going to use it, that he was going to try and take it from you, first of all, and then you assumed he was going to try and use it on you.
If I would have let Mr. Rosenbaum get my gun, he would have killed me.
But you had already pointed your gun at him.
Yes, because he was chasing me.
Did you want him to think that you were going to shoot him?
No, I never wanted to shoot Mr. Rosenbaum.
Why'd you point it at him if you didn't have any intention of shooting?
He was chasing me. I was alone. He threatened to kill me earlier in that night. I didn't want to have to shoot him.
But you understand how dangerous it is to point a gun at someone, don't you?
I pointed at him because he kept running at me, and I didn't want him to chase me.
But you understand how dangerous that is, don't you?
I pointed at him because he was chasing me.
Trying to make the idea of standing his ground and protecting himself in self-defense moot or gone. The prosecution trying to make that not part of this case. It almost seems ridiculous when when you see how it has played out. And the fact that the reason why Rosenbaum, the one person he's talking about in shooting him, he was going after his gun, was that Rosenbaum was pulled a gun on him, and he was worried about the protection of his own life. The AR-15 itself.
I didn't say I didn't think they were hostile. I didn't think they were hostile towards us.
Okay, so they're not hostile to you and you're going to go help them. Why do you need the gun when you go out there?
I need the gun because if I had to protect myself because somebody attacked me.
Why would you think anybody would do that?
I don't know.
But you clearly planned on it. You were prepared for it. You thought it was going to happen.
No, I didn't.
That's the whole reason you brought the gun, isn't it?
I brought the gun to protect myself.
Exactly. Because you thought you personally were going to be in danger, right?
Not necessarily.
I don't understand. You said you're going to bring the gun to protect yourself. So you thought you were going to be in danger, right?
I didn't think I would be put into a situation where I would have to defend myself.
You said that the people around you on that property and the people up on the roof were there to protect you. That's what you said in the video, right?
Yes.
You meant when you go out in the crowd, they're going to protect you, right?
Watch over me, yes.
Watch over and protect you, right?
Yes.
It just keeps going. The AR-15 gets brought up. Why he has to have an AR-15. This idea of why you would need to protect yourself. This attack on the Second Amendment, this attack on the ability for you to defend yourself, self-defense, the attack on an AR-15, this suggestion that because you have one and you're carrying one and you're walking with one and you own one, that somehow the only reason is because you have nefarious purposes in mind and you're going to use it, to shoot somebody? Is that the suggestion? It's an outrageous thing. But it is why you should care about this case, because now it's going to spin into territory that the media is going to have no problem running with. It's this idea of self-defense. What does it mean? Why does he have to have an AR-15? Then it will be, why does he have to have any gun? The idea that he's in danger and he feels like he should protect himself. How dare he think that? It's something to keep an eye on through all of this. 239-479-5592. And listen, we can't end this program. Of course, we talked a little bit more about it early on, but without saying thank you to veterans, to those that have served, your service, your sacrifice, your courage, to thank you so much for what you do now, continue to have done for this country, that we love you and we are thinking about you today and every day, but on this Veterans Day. And we don't forget you. And that's part of why we also do 10,000 for the troops and how hard it is to be away from family during the holidays. And certainly why we, and me personally, being honored to be able to be on an honor flight. And we talked about that a little earlier as well. Collier Lee Honor Flight, how their mission is so wonderful to transport America's war veterans to D.C. so they can see their memorials built in their honor for their service and sacrifice, to be able to do that each and every year. Obviously, COVID has been so unusual in the circumstances, and the opportunity for you to get an honor flight license plate. They've been approved for pre-sale. So you can get it's beautiful. It's so good looking, this license plate. They've got to sell 3,000 pre-sales in order for it to happen. And so the hope is that in every area around the state, I think there's 10 of them, 10 different chapters of honor flight, that if they can sell 300 in each chapter, that we would be able to have these plates happen. 3,000 pre-sales have to happen. And like we talked about earlier, I would believe that we can get 3,000 just here in Southwest Florida. And a portion of every plate purchase is going to go to the 10 honor flight chapters in the state of Florida, and of course, Collier Lee as well, and how important it is to have our veterans, those that serve, the opportunity to visit those memorials, and what a moving experience it is, and one of the greatest gifts that I've been given and opportunities that I have had in my life is to be able to sit with a veteran and talk to them and hear their story and learn more about them personally and their service. And it's moving. It's important to hear, and that I have had the opportunity to speak to so many about that has been something very special in my life. And again, we cannot thank you enough for your service, veterans, today. 239-479-5592. Jake, did we get that up yet? We do. So if they text the word honor to 239-479-5592 right now, you'll get the kickback for the link so you can pre-purchase the voucher for the Honor Flight license plate here in the state of Florida. So text the word honor to 239-479-5592 and find out more about that now and get it. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out what's happening with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
After a milder start to the day, look out for some isolated rain and thunderstorms as we